Hi, this is Mystery Box. I've been both a believer and a non-believer, and I understand the gulf that exists between the theist and the non-theist and how they both see the world. Non-theists don't see any evidence for gods. But to the theist, everything is evidence for God. Evidence is all around. They wonder, how can there be people that don't see that? I mean, are atheists blind or stupid or what? For the sake of helping people understand the atheist perspective a little, I'm going to describe a little thought experiment. And maybe it will help you understand the atheist perspective. First, let's imagine a world with an objectively apparent God. It's up to you how you want to imagine the details, but the key notion is God is apparent to everyone. Just like the sun's apparent to everybody here in this world. Maybe you can look up in the sky and say, "Hi, God." Maybe it's kind of like how the Garden of Eden was supposedly like. "Hi, God, how's it going? You know, any chance of creating us some clothes?" "No? Okay, well, see you later." In that sort of world, there wouldn't be any atheists, right? I mean, there are no people in this world that doubt the sun exists because it's clearly apparent. There wouldn't be any atheists in that world. So, also, I don't think that there would be any religion. If there was a religion, there would only be one. So it probably wouldn't even be called religion. So now you have that in your mind. Let's contrast that with another imagined world. Let's imagine there's a world with no God. We'll assume that for this experiment, the world came into being through some natural, unintelligent process somehow. It doesn't really matter how. The people in that world might want there to be a God. They might invent gods to explain things that they can't explain. Some people might claim God has spoken to them. They might write holy books and start religions, make claims about gods and things like that. But all these claims would conflict, and nobody would agree because there wouldn't be any gods really behind it. So, in that world, atheists would exist, and they would be the ones just accurately and honestly observing things as they are. Okay, so there's two contrasting theoretical worlds. I think we can all agree that the first one is not like our world. I mean, we don't have a God that we can all objectively see and agree on. Maybe our world's closer to the second one, but if you're the theist, you think it's not the second one, right? So here's the critical question. If our world isn't the second world, how is it different? What objective, tangible difference can you point out that makes our world different from that second world? And when you fail to come up with anything, realize that the second world is how atheists see this world. If there's no objective difference between that world and ours, then the atheist is honestly and accurately observing how things are and drawing a rational conclusion. So think about it. And if you can't find a distinction between that imagined world and our world, then perhaps that lets you see just a little bit the atheist perspective.